Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Cherry Field in Tucson. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage in the 2014 Chris Moon Memorial Cherry Field Classic. And we're underway in a pool game, although we're just a pitch into the ball game now as we get to a timeout. But again, getting going here in a pool game. And it features the Rampart Rams from Colorado and the Salem Crusaders from Oregon. Andy Churchill, the leadoff hitter, takes that pitch outside for a ball, and they count 1-1. Rampart 0-2 on the season, just getting their season started. Sure, they'll have a little better idea of how things are going once they get through this week, playing a minimum of 4 games anyway. 1-2 now on Churchill, the leadoff hitter, the center fielder for the Rams, and the 1-2 pitch. Lifts a little breaking ball into shallow center field, and then it'll fall for a leadoff base hit. And so Churchill is aboard at first for Nick Burgessson, the DH. Parker Hadjic will hit third and play second base. Ben Tarasovich, the right fielder, hits fourth. Jake Wise at third is fifth. The number 6 hitter is the shortstop, Walter Duggan. Dylan DeFord bats seventh and plays left field. Tim Baccarella, the catcher, is eighth. Noah Taylor, the first baseman, is ninth. And a swing and a miss for Burgessson for strike one. Beeb Gerlicher, the starter for Salem, and he'll throw to first base. And out the call at first, so the runner picked off at first base. And that's the first out of the ball game, so Burgessson will bat with the bases empty and 1 away. I mentioned Rampart 0-2 on the season. Salem comes in at 3-1. And a fly ball into left field. And that's dropped out there in left, and that'll put a runner to second base. So Burgessson running gets himself to second on an E7. And the batter is Parker Hadjic. First pitch low and in for ball one. Defensively for Salem, Josh Aldrich is in left field. Micah Lentweiler plays center field. Nathan Hamby, the right fielder. We'll get to the infield here after this next pitch. The 1-0 on the way. And that's fouled back and out of play. And they count 1-1. The infield for Salem, it's Gabe Kendall at third base. Jonah Lentweiler, the shortstop. Jordan Emmerich plays second, and Aaron Van Cleve at first base. Now the 1-1 pitch. And that's popped up down the left field line. Going to be a tough play, and it's just out of the reach of a couple of fielders into a foul territory. And they count 1-2. Sam Cooper catching this morning for Salem. And again, it's Beeb Gerlicher, the starting pitcher. Just getting underway, top of the first. 1 on and 1 out. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. And a breaking ball. That's fouled to the backstop. And we stay 1-2. Next pitch low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game 2 of 4 in our coverage today. As that ground ball up the middle, that's through and into center field, a base hit. And the runner will come around third base and score. And Rampart has a run in the first, an RBI single off the bat of Parker Hatchick. Burgess scores from second base and a run in for Rampart. And the batter is Ben Tarasovich. Pitch on the inside corner, a strike. They'll throw it down to first, but the runner dives back well ahead of the throw. The 1-strike pitch. Just off the outside corner, a ball, 1-1. These teams playing in Pool C, a 4-team pool. And the other two involved in the pool, Ralston Valley out of Colorado and Flowing Wells High School out of here in Tucson. So they'll play each of the other 3 teams in their pool a single time, 3 pool games, and then they'll start elimination play as that pitch misses for a ball, and it's 2-1. 1 on, 1 out, and 1 in the top of the first inning for Rampart. The Rams get a run in the first. The runner goes, the pitch outside, and the throw to second base will be late. And now time called as Cooper is going to go on and talk to his pitcher. And the 3-1 pitch. Over for a called strike, and the count's full. And that's popped up and playable in foul territory, and caught by the catcher Cooper. Ball tailed away from him there at the end, but he sure stayed with it, left his feet, and was able to hang on as he hit the ground. And that's a big second out. So 2 away in the inning for Jake Wise, the Ram third baseman. And he goes after the first one and fouls it off for a strike. 2 fields here at Cherry Field. This is, I guess, kind of considered Field 2. So over on Field 1, the host high school, Tucson High, facing off against Stanley Lake out of Colorado. Breaking ball misses for a ball, I believe. Plate umpire started to bring the arm up. Maybe call it a strike, and I just didn't hear him from here. 2 outs with a runner at second, a run in. And a slow ground ball tapped over to third, grabbed there, and thrown across the diamond, and that's in time to retire the side. But Rampart on the board in the top of the first inning. They get a run on 2 hits. There was an error and 1 runner left on after half inning of play. It's Rampart 1 and Salem coming up. Micah Lentweiler leads off in the bottom of the first and takes a breaking ball for a strike from Nick Brennan, the starter for Rampart. The 1-strike pitch. And that's put in play out into right field. Down the line, a fair ball. And a leadoff base hit for Lentweiler. He's on at first for Nathan Hamby. So Lentweiler leads off. Hamby bats second. Jordan Emmerich is third. Beeb Gerlicher hits fourth. Aaron Van Cleve, the first baseman, is fifth. And the third baseman, Gabe Kendall, hits sixth. Chad Harris is the DH, bats seventh. Josh Aldrich bats eighth in left field. And Sam Cooper, the catcher, is ninth. First one to Hamby high. 4-1. 1-0 Rampart as we play in the bottom of the first inning. Game number 1 in the tournament for each team out of Pool C. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Throw to first base and the runner back. Runner goes, and the ball hit into shallow left field, and that will fall for a base hit. And Salem's got something going here in the bottom of the first inning. First and second and nobody out for Jordan Emmerich. The fastball on the inside corner, a strike. Check of the runner at second, and Brennan steps off. The defense for Rampart, DeFord in left, Churchill in center, and Tarasovich in right. The ball fouled off, and it's 0-2. In the infield, Wise at third, Duggan at short, Hadjic at second, Taylor at first, and Baccarella catching Brennan. Back to second in the 0-2. And that's bounced in there for a ball, 1-2. Yeah, a lot of blue skies above us, some clouds around, but not a bunch. Mostly sunny and going to be in the low 80s today, and really I think it's supposed to be there throughout the week. Just the next one low, 2-2. Salem down 1-0, batting in the bottom of the first with 2 aboard and nobody out. Time called. And they'll look back to second base and the 2-2. And that's bounced in there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. An unearned run for the Rams in the top of the first inning. Now Salem trying to answer. That pitch outside for ball 4, and that'll load the bases. So Lentweiler to third, Hamby to second, Emmerich aboard at first base for Beep Gerlicher. First pitch outside for ball 1. Brennan went with a breaking ball, trying to maybe either hit that outside corner or get Gerlicher to chase, but he laid off. Next pitch low, 2-0. The set and the 2-0 pitch. That's outside, 3-0. And the 3-0 offering. And that's low ball 4. Just nowhere to put him with the bases loaded, so that'll walk in a run. Salem even in the bottom of the first inning. And still in a position to do some more damage with the bases loaded and nobody out. We get a timeout. Bottom of the first, tied at 1. Aaron Van Cleve at the plate with the bases loaded. He takes a breaking ball inside for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch popped up into shallow center. It's going to be trouble, and it's going to get another run in. And then they throw to the plate wide. But runner's not able to advance, so the bases remain loaded. It's an RBI single for Aaron Van Cleve. And Salem leads 2-1. First 5 batters have reached safely for Salem. They've scored twice and still have the bases loaded. Now Gabe Kendall, the third baseman, trying to add to the run total. And he takes up and in for ball 1. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. That's low for a ball. 2-1. The 7 and 2-1 pitch. That's outside, 3-1. Brendan trying to get dialed in here. Again, nowhere to put the hitter. A 3-1 count with the bases loaded. And it's over for a strike, and it's 3-2. And the 3-2. Outside ball 4, and that'll bring in run number 3. Another bases loaded walk. Average scores from third. It's a 3-run first inning for Salem. Base is still full and nobody out. And the batter, Chad Harris. First one outside for a ball. Bullpen activity for Rampart here in the first. The 1-0 pitch is on the way, and that's inside, 2-0. Here's the set and the 2-0 pitch. And a line drive up the middle into center field, a base hit. And Salem's going to go station to station here. But another run in. And the bases stay loaded. So Harris with a single. He knocks in the runner from third. It's a 4-1 Salem lead. And the batter is Josh Aldridge. First one outside for a ball. Now the set of the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Brennan with the 1-1. And he gets that one over for a strike. It's 1-2. The set of the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And that's the first down of the inning. So the first 7 reached safely for Salem before an out recorded. They've scored 4 times. And they're still in business here with the bases loaded and 1 out for the 9-hitter in the order, the catcher Sam Cooper. And Cooper fouls the first one out of play. That's strike 1. And the 1-strike pitch. And a slow ground ball to third, fielded. They'll go home to get the lead runner. That'll be the only out, but Rampart will take that one. 5-2 on the force of Van Cleve at the plate. So the bases stay loaded now. 2 outs in the inning, and it's back to the top of the order. The leadoff hitter, Micah Lentweiler, who led off the ball game, or left off the bottom of the first inning, rather, with a single, and he scored a run. And he's hit by a pitch, and that'll bring in another one. Time called again from the Rampart dugout. It is a 5-run first inning for Salem. And they're still batting here in the bottom of the first, again leading 5-1. Nathan Hamby going after the first pitch after the timeout. And it's trouble. It lands right on the pitcher's mound. And that brings in another run. Makes it 6-1 Salem, bottom of the first inning. And now Jordan Emery takes high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And that's fouled out of play. It's 1-1. A swing and a miss. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 6 in for Salem in the first. And the 1-2 pitch. Bounced in there, and it's 2-2. The set and the 2-2. And that's a line drive out to left field, but caught, and that will end the inning. 12 come to the plate for Salem in the first. They score 6 times, and after one, they lead Rampart 6-1. Walter Duggan, the leadoff hitter for Rampart in the second. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Next one, a ground ball over to the right side. And a throw on to first base in time. And a 4-3 ground out starts the second inning. And the batter is Dylan DeFord. First pitch low for ball one. And the next pitch low, 2-0. Next one misses. 3-0 the count as Rampart tries to get something going here in the second inning. They got an unearned run in the top of the first, but then gave up 6 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Trying to work their way back into it here. The 3-0 pitch on the way. Swinging on 3-0 and a swing and a miss for a strike. The 3-1, and that's lifted into center field. Michael Lindweiler there, and that is the second out in the second inning. With 2 away, the batter is Tim Baccarella. Baccarella, the catcher, in there. And he's going after the first one, but fouls it out of play on the right side. That's strike one. And the next one over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Back to the wind, the 0-2 pitch, and a slow tapper foul. Count stays no balls and 2 strikes. 4 retired in a row now by Babe Gerlicher, 2 to end the first inning, and now the first 2 of the second. And another 0-2 pitch, and that's fouled off at the plate. Rampart with an unearned run on 2 hits in the first inning. Salem scored 6 times on 4 hits, plus 3 walks and a hit batter. Also an error in the bottom of the first. And another foul ball. So Baccarella's fouled off 3 different 2-strike pitches to extend the at-bat. And trying to extend the inning. The 0-2. And that's over for a called third strike. And it's a 3-up, 3-down Rams second inning. After an inning and a half, Rampart trails Salem 6-1. Babe Gerlicher, the leadoff hitter, in the second for Salem, and he takes a strike. Next one is high, 1-1. Two balls and a strike. And now 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. Leadoff hitter aboard, Aaron Van Cleve at the plate. Throw to first, and the runner dives back. 6-1 Salem as they bat in the bottom of the second inning. Picking up kind of where they left off in the first as they get the leadoff guy aboard in the second. It's by way of a walk. Throw to first again. And again, the runner back. First one to Van Cleve, low for a ball. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. One ball, one strike. Leadoff hitter aboard in the bottom of the second. 6-1 Salem. Again, a throw to first. And again, the runner back. The 1-1. Foul out of play down the left side. It's a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. And a breaking ball hits sharply out towards second. The out at second base. And the throw to first. And that's a double play. Now 2 away in the inning for Gabe Kendall. And Kendall rolls one out to short. Grab there and the throw across the diamond in time. And Kendall grounds out, and that ends the bottom of the second inning. No runs, no hits, a walk. The runner erased on a double play, and after 2, Salem still leads Rampart 6-1. Nine, 1, and 2 in the order for Rampart as Noah Taylor takes low for a ball. Andy Churchill, Nick Burgess in to follow. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled off at the plate. They count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That's low for a ball. 2-1 the count. And the 2-1 pitch. And that's out of play down the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2. And a ground ball. Fielded and off the glove there and safe at first base then. It looked like the shortstop Lentweiler was going to have the play. Moved over to his left, got near the bag at second, and then could not corral that ground ball. So an E6 puts a runner aboard for Rampart to begin the top of the third. And the batter is Andy Churchill. Throw to first and the runner back. Rampart down 6-1. And that ball bounces and gets by. And a wild pitch will send Taylor to second base. The 1-0. Over at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. And that ball punched into right field, and that's down for a base hit, and it gets past the right fielder, and the Rams are going to get to run for a while as they get a run, and that cuts it to 6-2. So it goes as a single for Churchill and then a two-base error in right field. Taylor scores, and as I mentioned, Churchill to third base. And nobody out in the Rampart third inning, the batter Nick Burgessson. And the Rams now down 6-2. And the first one foul out of play. The 0-1 pitch. And that's hit into right center field. That's going to get into the gap. And that's going to roll almost to the fence. Another run in. And a throw goes to third base. And not in time. An RBI triple for Nick Burgessson makes it 6-3. Out to talk to Gerlicher. But a good start to this Rams third inning. They've scored twice. Trying to work their way back into it. Now down 6-3. And Parker Hadjic, who had an RBI single in the first, steps to the plate. Lays off a pitch high for a ball. And the pitch on the inside corner, a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hit up the middle. This time fielded by the bag at second, and the throw on to first is in time. But a productive out, a 6-3 ground out, scores Burgessson, so it's an RBI for Hadjic. It's a 3-run third inning for the Rams, and they trail 6-4. Now Ben Tarasovic at the plate. He'll try to get it started again. Takes ball one. The 1-0 pitch. That's outside, 2-0. We're here at Cherry Field in Tucson. This is the home field, or the home area anyway, as that pitch is outside 3-0 for Tucson High School. The campus is located just a little ways away, but they don't have room for a baseball field on their campus, and so they play here at Cherry Field. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-1. And of course, those of you that made the trip know a little bit or have seen the complex, but it's a couple of baseball fields, and then they've also got softball set up as well. As that ball is down the right field line and out of play, and they count 3-2. Actually had different configurations for varsity baseball here at Cherry Field. The 3-2 misses for ball 4, and Tarasovich walks. He's on at first for Jake Wise. And so the varsity team has actually been in, I guess it's almost like a triangle shape, the overall area. And they've been in all 3 corners over the various seasons and over the last several years. Wise hits a fly ball to center field. That'll send Micah Lentweiler back into his left a bit, but he's there to make the catch, and that's the second out of the inning. Two down in the Ram third inning for Walter Duggan. He grounded out his first time up. Throw to first, and the runner back. Pitch on the inside corner. A strike. Gerlicher is going to have to be careful there. It kind of looked like he bounced through his set position on that last pitch. Holds this one longer as the runner goes. The pitch a strike. The throw to second base. Not in time. The ball got away anyway, but a stolen base for Tarasovich. Check the runner at second, and the 0-2 pitch. And a breaking ball. It's high. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And that's near the inside corner. A called third strike, and that ends the inning. But 3 across for Rampart in the third. And after 2.5, they now trail by a score of 6-4. Chad Harris in for Salem in the bottom of the third. Takes the first one outside. It's the bottom third of the order for the Crusaders. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Next pitch high, 2 balls and a strike. Then the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off, and it's 2-2. Salem leads 6-4, batting in the bottom of the third. The line in the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Pitch out of the strike zone there as they got Harris to chase a bit. And a strikeout. It's the first out in the bottom of the third. Now Aldridge at the plate. First pitch outside for a ball. And the next pitch outside, and it's 2-0. Now, swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Back to the wind, and the 2-1 pitch. Hit down the left field line, but that's foul. Two and two on Aldrich with 1 out, and that pitch over for a strike, and that's out number 2. Down 2 away for Sam Cooper, the Crusader catcher. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. The 0-1. Popped up first base side. And out of play, and it's 0-2. Now, ball and 2 strikes on Cooper. Trying to get back to the top of the order. And pitch just off the outside corner. It's 2-2. And a fly ball to center field. And that's caught. It's a 3-up, 3-down Salem third inning, and after 3, it's still 6-4. Swing and a miss for a strike begins the 4th inning. Dylan DeFord at the plate. Hit a fly ball to center field his first time up. And now a slow ground ball over to first. And a 3 unassisted, the first out in the top of the 4th inning. And the batter is Tim Baccarella. First pitch outside and low, ball 1. Rampart with a run in the top of the 1st inning and 3 in the top of the 3rd. Salem got all 6 of their runs in the bottom of the 1st. There's a fly ball out to right field, and that's caught for the 2nd out. To Noah Taylor outside for a ball. And the next one inside, and it's 2-0. Taylor reached on an error and scored in the 3rd. Rampart got 3 runs on just A couple of base hits, 2 errors in that third inning as that pitch is a strike, and it's 2-1. So they trail 6-4, hitting in the top of the fourth inning. Pool C, game 1 for each of these two squads in the Christmas Memorial Cherry Field Classic. The next one inside and low, 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. Fouled out of play on the left side, and that runs the count full. Three and two on Taylor. And a line drive, and that's snared by the shortstop Lentweiler, and that will end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down, half inning for Rampart. And in the middle of the ball game, the Rams trail the Crusaders by a score of 6-4. Top of the order for Salem in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Michael Lentweiler takes strike one. And the 0-1 pitch. A fly ball into center field, and that's caught for the first out of the fourth. Now Nathan Hamby, swing and a miss for a strike. The 1-strike pitch. And a ground ball back up the middle. And that's into center field, a solid single. Fifth base hit of the game for Salem, but their first since the first inning. Jordan Emmerich. Throw first, and the runner dives back. 6-4 Salem as they hit at the bottom of the fourth inning. And the first pitch misses for a ball. And gets away from Baccarella. Hamby to second base. Didn't sound like that ball bounced in there, and if that's the case, it'll probably go as a pass ball. A swing and a miss, a strike. It's 1-1. Check back to second base, the 1-1 pitch. And that's up and in, and gets Emmerich on the left arm, upper arm anyway. And so he's aboard at first. And then brings up Beeb Gerlicher. Beeb walked with the bases loaded in the first inning, got forced in a run then to give him an RBI, and then he walked begin the second. Chills bunt, the ball bounced in, and the runners move up. So a wild pitch puts two in scoring position. And now a little trouble again here for Rampart. They trail 6-4. And Salem with the chance to maybe played a couple of runs here, second and third with only one out. The 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball. Runner goes, the throw to the plate. And no tag, and the throw might have been a little late anyway. So a run is in. Rampart not able to get an out there. Salem scores to go up 7-4. Fielder's choice and an RBI for Gerlicher. And now runners at first and third for Aaron Van Cleve. And a line drive caught over at first, and a tap of the bag to double up the base runner, and that will end the inning. Taylor with a nice play over there for Rampart. And a double play gets the Rams out of further trouble. Salem gets a run in the fourth on one hit, and they leave one after 4 innings of play. They extend the lead by one. It's 7-4. Top of the order for the Rams in the fifth. Andy Churchill takes a strike on the outside corner. And on the appeal, Churchill did not go around. And they count 1-1. Burgess and Hadjic follow Churchill in the fifth. The next one low, 2-1. Another low one, 3 balls and a strike. Pitch near the outside corner, a called strike, and it's 3-2. And a 3-2 pitch. And a called third strike on Churchill. And that's the first down of the fifth. And Nick Burgesson with a swing and a miss for a strike. The 0-1 over for a strike, and it's 0-2. And the 2-strike pitch. And a breaking ball just fouled off. And another 0-2 and a slow tapper on the right side. Going to be a bang play at first, and it's not in time. So Gerlicher not able to field, and once it got past him, you could tell it was going to be close at first. Burgesson hustling down the line. Emmerich charged, but Burgesson able to get there. It's a 1 on and 1 out for Parker Hadjic. Turn and a throw to first. And I don't know if the runner, I guess maybe the ball came out over there at first base. I think it just came out of the glove of Van Cleve. Going to throw it that way again, and again the ball came out. Rampart batting in the top of the fifth inning, trailing by a score of 7-4. ball fouled out of play. The runner Burgesson took off. And now a quick timeout from the Salem dugout. We play in the fifth. It's 7-4. After the timeout, the one strike pitch coming up, but again a timeout here by the hitter Parker Hedgick, not wanting to wait any longer on Gerlicher. Turn and a throw again to first base and the runner back. Four runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Rampart. 7 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for Salem. Swing and a miss. The runner goes and out at second to call. So caught stealing. It's the second out. And now Hedgick bats with the bases empty and down 0-2 in the count. And he hits a slow tapper. That's fielded. And off the bag at first, the call on a wide throw from Gerlicher. And the inning continues for the Rams. Now Ben Tarasovich at the plate. And time called. Pop-up that gets out of play on the third base side. That's strike one on Tarasovich, who fouled out in the first and walked in the third. Runner at first base and 2 outs in the top of the fifth. Rampart down 7-4. First game of the day for each of these teams playing out of Pool C. So the pitch is high, the throw to first, and the runner back. Salem will stay right here and play again at 2 o'clock against Flowing Wells. Rampart's off the rest of the day, and then they'll play a doubleheader tomorrow against Flowing Wells and then Ralston Valley. Pitch a strike. Breaking ball hit into center field. It's put away in center, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, an error, but a caught stealing erased a runner. 1 runner left on base, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. It's still 7-4. Salem sends up 6, 7, and 8 in the order in the bottom of the fifth inning. And Gabe Kendall takes ball 1. Salem scored 6 times in the bottom of the first inning on 4 hits, 3 walks, and a hit batter. The 1-0 was waved at and missed for a strike, 1-1. Now the wind and the 1-1 pitch. And that's inside and hits Kendall, and he's on his way to first base. pinch hitter coming in for Salem in the 5th. Turn and a throw to first. And the runner back. The ball popped up and out of play. So Jonah Lentweiler batting in his spot. He had been DH'd for earlier in the game, but he gets an at-bat here in the 5th. The 1-strike pitch is high for a ball, 1-1. That ball bunted at. And then the throw goes to first base, and it's over the head of the first baseman, Taylor. And that's going to get the runner to second base for Salem. One ball, 2 strikes, the count on Lentweiler. Well, the runner at second and nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning, Salem leading 7-4. And now with that runner in scoring position and nobody out, a really good chance to add at least another one here and extend the lead. And a breaking ball swung on and missed. So the first down recorded. And that ball lined back up the middle, knocked down, and then the throw on to first base. So a solid play out there. As that was Justin Fischel batting for the first time. Runner went to third on the play, but now 2 away in the inning for Sam Cooper. First one over the inside corner, a strike. A high pop up in the infield could get him out of the inning. We'll see if they can put it away this time, and they do. As Hajek makes the play, and the inning is over. So Salem squanders a chance in the 5th. They get a hit batter to begin the inning. A throwing error moved him to second with nobody out, but they couldn't get him in. Stopped at third base. And after 5, the score remains Salem 7 and Rampart 4. Five, 6, and 7 to come to the plate for Rampart in the 6th inning, as the first one to Jake Wise is high for a ball. And the next pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. On the inside corner, a strike. It's 2-1. ground ball over to third. And that throw high and gets away, but the runner will stay at first base. So an opening here for Rampart in the 6th inning. And with Wise aboard at first, the batter is Walter Duggan. They're going to ground out on a strikeout in 2 at-bats. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Throw to first, and the ball gets away. So the runner to second on the error. Second error of the inning, the 6th of the ball game now for Salem. And pitch over the outside corner, a strike. And the count 1-1. Ball fouled off. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 7-4 Salem with the lead. Rampart scored a run in the top of the 1st inning. Salem answered with 6 in the bottom of the 1st. Their first 7 hitters reached base safely. It was that same score until the top of the 3rd when Rampart scored 3 times to cut it to 6-4. And then in the bottom of the 4th, Salem got a run to make it 7-4, and that's where we're at as we play in the top of the 6th. And a swing and a miss, and Duggan strikes out for the first out in the Rampart 6th inning. Fouled off. Set, and the 1-strike pitch. Over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball hit on the ground over to first. And a 3 unassisted play retires to Ford for the 2nd out. Runner moves to third. The batter is Tim Baccarella. First pitch low for a ball. Rams running out of outs here. They'd like to get that runner in from third at the very least, but there's a tapper back to the mound and a throw on to first base. And the inning is over. Rampart, no runs, no hits, 2 errors, and a runner left. To the bottom of the 6th we go, and the Rams trail the Crusaders by a score of 7-4. Top of the order for Salem in the home half of the 6th inning. And Michael Entweiler takes low and away, and the ball goes to the backstop, and it is ball 1. Next pitch misses for a ball, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. High for a ball, 3-0. Over for a strike, 3-1. Salem would like to get a couple here to extend the lead. Rampart trying to keep it right there to only face a 3-run deficit when they hit at the top of the 7th. And there's a one hopper out to second, fielded there on to first base in time. One away for Nathan Hamby. In the Mission, we finished a game earlier today as San Marcos out of California beat Stanley Lake from Colorado 2-1. And we'll have 2 more games later today here from Cherry Field. The 1-0 pitch. And misses for a ball, 2-0. Our later games will have Flowing Wells and Ralston Valley at 5 o'clock. And then Arvada West and St. Lawrence at 8 o'clock. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Pitch outside, 3 balls and a strike to count. And the 3-1. And that's high ball 4. A 1-out walk as Hamby goes to first base, and the batter Jordan Emmerich. Throw to first. Nearly got away, but Noah Taylor saves that ball from going down the line. Runner goes. Ball hits slowly on the left side of the infield, scooped up, and the throw to first base is in time. Duggan with a nice play to throw out the runner at first. Hamby gets to second base. And the batter is Pete Gerlicher. First pitch low for a ball. And the 1-0. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Runner at second, 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Salem leading 7-4. And the pitch low, 3-0. 4-pitch walk to Gerlicher as he is on at first. And time called from the Rampart dugout. We play in the bottom of the 6th at 7-4. And a pitching change for Rampart here in the bottom of the 6th. As Van Cleve fouls the first one off. Parker Hadjic now into pitch for the Rams. The 0-1 and a breaking ball swung on, but he gets away, and that'll move the runners up. So wild pitch puts 2 in scoring position. Salem up by 3 in the bottom of the 6th, but now again 2 in scoring position, but 2 outs in the inning. And the 0-2 and a breaking ball again swung on and missed in the dirt. It's bobbled a couple of times and no play at first. Vaccarella not able to get a hand on it. Goes as a strikeout, but a wild pitch. And it loads the bases for the Crusaders. Now Gabe Kendall at the plate. And the first pitch outside for a ball. The wind and the 1-0. Fastball misses high. 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. Curveball high. 3-0. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Salem leading by 3. Batting in the bottom of the 6th. And that's high for ball 4, and that will force in a run. Hamby scores to make it 8-4. And now Jonah Lentweiler at the plate. First one over for a strike. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And we look ahead to the Rampart 7th inning, 9-1-2 in the order for the Rams, and they're going to be chasing at least 4 runs. The 0-2. And a swing and a foul tip, and a strikeout ends the 6th inning. Salem does add an insurance run in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th. It's 8-4. Set to go in the 7th inning. Rampart sends up 9-1-2 as Noah Taylor in to hit from the left side. And he takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. And ball fouled off at the plate, and the count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch outside, 2-1. Rams in need of base runners here, down by 4, hitting in the top of the 7th. 2-1. It's a swing and a miss. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Taylor. And the 2-2. And a ground ball down the line, but foul at first base. That ball fouled off on the third base side. Two and 2 on Taylor. And that one fouled back. And that's how to play. Two and 2 on Taylor. And another one fouled off. 8 pitches in the at-bat so far against Noah Taylor. Trying to be a leadoff base runner for the Rams. And another 2-2, and that's outside, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 10 of the at-bat on the way. And it's fouled off. And another 3-2. And it's outside, ball 4. Great at-bat for Taylor to begin the 7th. And Taylor aboard at first base for Andy Churchill. Rams down to 8-4, batting in the top of the 7th. And the first pitch low for ball 1. Churchill 2 for 3, couple of singles and a strikeout. Swing and a miss for a strike, and it's 1-1. They wouldn't expect the Rams would be running here down by 4 and down to their final 3 outs to play with here. The 1-1. And that's fouled off at the plate, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. They 1-2 instead of throw to first, and that's kind of what I was alluding to there, that if you're down by 4, you're probably not going to run, and so I don't know if you want to break your concentration much with the guy at the plate by worrying about the runner at first. And a breaking ball. And now time called, and there's going to be a question as Churchill's hit by the pitch. Could see him kind of bend his knee, and so the question then from the Salem dugout is, did he make an attempt to get out of the way, or did he really kind of lean into it? But looks like it'll stay as it's called. So it's a hit by pitch. That pushes Taylor to second. Churchill on at first for Nick Burgessson. And the tying run now in the on-deck circle for Rampart. Nobody out in the top of the 7th. And they're coming around to the meat of the order. Burgess in the 2-hitter at the plate. And first one bounced in and stopped by Cooper for ball 1. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And a fly ball hit out to center field. Weiler there to make the catch, and that's the first out in the Rampart 7th inning. Now Parker Hadjic at the plate. And he goes after the first one and lifts that one into left center field. And that's put away for the second out. Glenn Weiler makes another play. 2 away in the inning. And now the Rams, after starting out with a walk and a hit batter, 2 outs in 3 pitches, and they're down to their final out in the 7th. The batter, Ben Tarasovich. And Tarasovich hits a comebacker, and that will end the inning and the ball game. As Rampart again had an inning start pretty well in the 7th, a walk and a hit batter, but can't move them around or move them in, and they leave 2 runners on base. We go final as Salem beats Rampart by a score of 8-4. Totals on the ball game: for Rampart, 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left. For Salem, 8 runs on only 5 base hits. They commit 6 errors, and they leave 8 runners on base. But that's a 6th spot in the first inning, enough by itself to hold up, and they win it by a final of 8-4. So Rampart falls to 0-3 on the season and 0-1 in Pool C play. Salem improves to 4-1 overall on the year, and they're 1-0 in Pool C in the Chris Moon Memorial Cherry Field Classic for 2014. And then, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Salem's going to stay right here and face Flowing Wells from Tucson. They'll finish their pool play tomorrow at 5 against Ralston Valley. Rampart's done for today. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow, first at 5 o'clock against Flowing Wells, and then at 8 o'clock tomorrow night against Ralston Valley. So that'll do it for game number 2 of our coverage here in day 1 of the Chris Moon Memorial Cherry Field Classic. We're back at 5 o'clock tonight to bring you our 3rd game of the day. That'll be Tucson Flowing Wells against Ralston Valley out of Colorado. So that does it. Again, our final score: Salem 8 and Rampart 4 from Cherry Field in Tucson, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long, and we hope to talk to you again soon.